Hey everybody, Coach Eric here with New Patient Group, and welcome into this week's 5 Fantastic Minutes video. We're going to talk today about a skill that's very important and something that we could all likely improve on. And the skill is listening, right? We sometimes get into the habit, maybe it's just a personal trait, maybe it's something we do occasionally, but we sometimes get in the habit of not really listening for the right reasons. Rather, we're listening with the pure interest of responding, right? So it's almost like we can't wait for the other person to get done talking because we want to respond, we want to offer our advice, we want to share our own story. And that's not the best skill that we could demonstrate when it comes to listening. Rather, what I want to encourage you to consider and be thinking about is when you're in conversation with a friend, with a family member, in your work environment, with a teammate, with a patient, is listening with the purpose of understanding. Listening with an intention to hear what they're saying and absorb what they're sharing with you, right? And not just being ready to respond. In fact, what I would encourage you to do is that you're listening with the interest to then ask another question, right? Because they may have given you a little bit to understand and appreciate. Consider this in your work environment. But if you just asked another question or two questions or allow this to dig deeper into what they're sharing, you're going to come away with a whole different level of understanding. And when you understand, you can provide better service in return, right? If all we do is immediately respond, we may not be giving them the depth and benefit of what we could have otherwise. I'll take this back 20 years ago when I first began in the sales environment. I had a manager that taught me that the greatest skill of a salesperson is the skill of listening. And that sounds a little bit counterproductive. You think of a salesperson as the person who's chattering and demonstrating and sharing their knowledge. But the best salesperson, and you can agree with this as you've worked with people in your life, in your own personal life, working with the salesperson, the very best salespeople, they spend time understanding your needs and appreciating what motivates you before they start offering suggestions and solutions to your needs. And that's what you are in your practice environment. No matter what role you play, you are a salesperson. You are promoting the practice. You are offering solutions from within the practice environment that is going to solve their needs. So if you can listen with greater intention, you're going to be able to do just that. So some common ways that you might receive people's stories, or as you've asked second and third tier questions, is to respond by saying, so what I'm hearing is, and you're repeating back to them what you've collected from their story. Or it might sound like, if I'm hearing you correctly, and you share back with them what you've learned. So those two little responses will put you in the mindset of being an active listener. Somebody who's listening with a purpose and who's ready now to provide great solutions or great understanding into whatever the environment may be. Hope you enjoy this message today. Look forward to catching up with you again in future 5 Fantastic Minutes. Thanks, everybody.